Hey, it's Joe here, and I got a new plane to talk to you about. This is another 3-channel, little Delta Wing RC airplane, but this one's a little different than the one that you've seen before. This one has an EDF unit. It is a little bit longer, it's a little bit wider as well. EDF units typically are very power hungry, so going into the more details of the construction. So this is built out of a single sheet of Detrum foam, about 3/8 I believe, and the trailing edges were done with balsa wood. So these are also covered with the monocoat. Whenever you deal with this balsa wood for control surfaces and all that, it gets, especially towards the edges, it's very, very brittle. As soon as you cut out the basic shape, I recommend that you monocoat it immediately, and that gives it a lot more strength and you're much less likely to break it, because even handling it around during construction, you can easily break the very trailing tip of those control surfaces when they're made out of balsa. I use 9-gram servos. I probably could have used smaller servos, but because of those control surfaces here, I wanted to make sure I was able to get enough oomph at high speeds. I've had problems with planes when you get into really high speeds. You're not able to properly move the control surfaces, makes them difficult to maneuver, and when you're running at high speeds and you're already having difficulty maneuvering, it can spell disaster pretty quickly. So going from there, the EDF unit is an aluminum EDF unit. It's a Dr. Mad thrust, and I have a little bit of a trailing edge here. That way the airflow as it goes across the motor, since it's basically a blunt surface, I have that to kind of trail it off, make it a little more aerodynamic. For balancing, a little trick that I did here was I drilled a hole in the hub, the size that I needed as far as the weight and balance, and I rotated it to get it fine-tuned, and then I drilled the hole larger and larger until I got the balance just right. Basically the balance is my ear. You can tell if it runs real rough, then obviously it's out of balance. You want that nice smooth whistle. So I hot glued it in. Hot glue is fine. It just ends up being the best way to mount EDF units, even the aluminum ones. So I have it sunk in here, and then I have it built up across the edges to help secure it. It's mounted in there really well. Likely this will probably be the last thing to separate, even if it crashed. For the ESC, I have the ESC mounted underneath here. The wiring goes underneath here into the bottom back here for the EDF unit for the motor. So since it's wholly enclosed here, I added this vent here, and I added little vents on the sides here to allow airflow to come in through here, across the ESC. Since EDF units do pull a lot of current, so you want to make sure that you add plenty of ventilation, because those ESCs are going to run warm. The battery mounts right up here on the top here. I got the cable where it comes around the corners to mount into here. So they plug it into there, and then Velcro's on top there. There's a little bit of wiggle room to adjust center of gravity. This of course uses the XT30s, which I really like. You get a lot of current capacity, which is important for EDF unit, but it's also very, very small and compact. Right behind the battery is a 3-channel receiver. This is the antenna wire that comes off of the receiver. The bottom is monocoated. Of course, you can see I've been flying this for a little bit now. I got starting a little bit of a landing rash. So here I could add some supports so it has something to go onto, or I could have included a monocoat across to try to keep that from getting banged up. As you can see here where the monocoat already is, it's a little dirty, but for the most part it handles the landing gearless landings pretty well. I just didn't see a point in trying to put landing gear on this. It makes for a really fun flyer. Of course, just the normal, 45 degree angle down launch for hand launching. Vertical surfaces for vertical stabilizers here, they're just glued in. I believe that they are pinned with carbon fiber. Nothing fancy here. These are more than sufficient in size. This is, when it's moving straight ahead, it locks in good. I don't get any type of fishtailing, so these are plenty big. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy flying it. It's super fast. It flies for a pretty long time for EDF, especially for a home-built one. Very low air resistance. It's just a joy to fly, and it's a great way to, if you've never built an EDF plane, this is a great way to start off, because it's very successful and works wonderfully. So it's Joe here, and hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want me to do a build video on this or do a different kind of plane, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll get with you.